A judge in Ohio has taken a newborn baby away from her mother because her mother, Holly Stanford, had the audacity to drink marijuana tea while she was pregnant. Now, that might sound bad to you, but let me give you some more details. It turns out that the tea she was drinking had the non-psychoactive component of marijuana in order to help her with the significant and severe nausea she was feeling while she was pregnant. In fact, she used the same tea when she was pregnant with her son, and she had absolutely no issues at all. However, when it came to her daughter, as soon as authorities tested her and found out that she tested positive for marijuana, they decided to take her newborn daughter away from her. So, ruling by Ohio Juvenile Court Magistrate Eleanor Hillo to remove a newborn baby from the home of her mother because she used a non-psychoactive marijuana-based tea to help with pregnancy-related nausea and labor pains. Okay, now her newborn was not under immediate or threatened physical or emotional harm, which is the standard from which children are removed from homes under Ohio law. So keep in mind that the newborn baby is completely safe, completely healthy. There are no problems whatsoever. The mother is safe, healthy, no problems whatsoever.
Yeah.
The conditions in which the children were living, perfect conditions, no problems whatsoever. But because she tested positive for marijuana, they took this newborn away. Now, they did this because they want to protect the newborn. But let me ask you something. Is the newborn safer with a loving mother who has absolutely no criminal record and no problems? Or is the baby safer in foster care, where there have been instances in the past where sometimes kids are killed by their foster parents? Like, look, that is an extreme case, right? There was one case that was outlined by Vice where a child by the name of Alex Hill, a 2-year-old, was taken away from his pot-happy parents. That's what they were referred to. Apparently, his parents were smoking pot. Foster kids murdered. Foster parents murdered this child.
Yeah,
so
and even many foster parents just want to help out the kids, obviously.
A lot of them do.
But even in that case, it's hard for the kid. So even in the best case scenario, it's difficult
taking a
for the child.
newborn away from her mother because she drank a marijuana-based tea that did not have the psychoactive ingredient in it is absolutely insane. What are we doing in this country?
Yeah.
What are we doing in this country?
Are you supposed to drink caffeine when you're pregnant?
You're not supposed
Take her away.
Well,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Here's the thing. There are so many things that you can do that you're not supposed to do when you're pregnant. You're not supposed to have sushi. You're not supposed to eat certain kinds of cheeses. Being pregnant sucks. Like, I don't know why people do it. You're not allowed to have caffeine. You're not allowed to do anything that might be even remotely fun.
Some
right?
sexual positions, dangerous,
but let's
uncomfortable.
say I have terrible caffeine withdrawals, which I do, and I get pregnant, and I have to have at least a little caffeine so I can keep these headaches at bay, right? So I can function. Are you going to take my newborn away from me because I didn't follow the doctor's rules?
Not with that look in your eyes, I'm not.
I mean,
even hypothetically, you look mad. Exactly, yeah. And look, I get that they're worried about it could hurt the kid, but if they're saying that it doesn't hurt the kid, then your opinion is largely irrelevant. Talk to the actual scientists who know what they're talking about. Like, I would have, if you just said, should people consume some sort of marijuana-based tea, which I've just now learned actually exists, while they're pregnant, I would have assumed no. But I would have been open to actually finding out from doctors, does it actually harm them? And if it doesn't, then my opinion is it doesn't matter at all.
By the way, I mean, what do you do when you're pregnant and you're suffering from nausea?
Well, I mean, there are nausea medications that you can take, certainly.
There are, but are they safer than drinking a marijuana-based tea? I don't know.
I don't know.
And that's the thing, and that's another problem. When you have criminalized a drug like marijuana, you've stopped scientists from actually researching it.
Yeah.
It's extremely difficult to do research on marijuana because you need to get it approved by the feds, and the feds usually say no. And so why don't we do some research into this and figure out whether or not it's really going to harm the baby? My guess is no, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, if she did this with her first child and the first child was born healthy, she did it with the second child was born healthy, she's healthy, the kids are living in a perfectly fine environment where they're safe and they're healthy. Why are we having a discussion about this? Why are we taking children away from their mothers?
Yeah, and it's weird that we live in a country where you detect the THC or whatever when she's giving birth, and so you take the child away. But for some reason, if you detect like BPA, which has been linked with increased chance of obesity and heart disease and diabetes decades later after the child is born, we don't track down the company that released the BPA into the environment and poisoned both the mother and the child and shut their businesses down. Companies can release whatever they want into the environment, can wreck our health, can wreck our metabolic systems, can destroy the lives of the mother and the child We're not even interested in regulating, let alone tracking down the people that have already done the damage. But if you drank a tea, if you drank a bad batch of kombucha, then for some reason you're not a fit mother anymore. We have such weird priorities as a country.
I can't tell you guys how many times I've walked into a building where there's a sign that says this building contains chemicals that are known to the state of California to cause cancer and miscarry babies.
Every building in California.
Every building that I've walked into.
I'm horrified.
Right. So I find it hilarious that that's legal, and by hilarious I mean sarcastically, right? Hilarious that that's legal and okay, but it's not okay to drink a marijuana-based tea that's going to help you with your nausea and has no impact on the baby.